The R211 Subway Cars have been in revenue service testing on the A line for about 2 weeks now, and I think it's time to further share my thoughts on the train now that I've had more time with it. A lot of my original thoughts and opinions on the train have changed since its first few runs. To start off, let's talk about the announcements. In my video about the R211s a few weeks back, I said the announcements were muffled, and they were. When the car was crowded with normal passengers, not rail fans, it was a bit difficult to hear the announcements over the chattering of the passengers. In my recent rides on the train, however, it seems like they've fixed the issue. Maybe it had something to do with the bitrate of the announcements or something that was simple to fix, but it seems like they've done so. The last time I rode the train, the announcements were loud, clear, and I could literally hear everything, even the conductor spitting into the mic as they told us we were being held by a red signal. I'm glad the MTA fixed the quality of the announcements on this train, as an audible PA system is one of the most important parts of a subway car. Announcements are how you inform your passengers about the next station, service changes, and more. Without an audible one, those messages aren't going to reach your passengers, and in an emergency, that can be fatal. Talking about passenger information, let's talk about the screens on the interior. I still have an issue with the coloring on the overhead LEDs and the fact that the screens above the doors aren't showing all of the useful information they are supposed to. However, I have been speaking to a few Kawasaki executives and transit employees, and I learned that they hadn't finished putting all of the information for bus lines into the programs yet, and there are still a few glitches in the system. They plan for the information to be present on the displays when the production sets enter revenue service. However, they will hold off on enabling the feature if they are still experiencing some bugs and glitches. It's a relief to know that at least we'll have the screens displaying exit locations and more information on transfers eventually. What's still a bummer though is the fact that the regular screens on the walls only show advertisements instead of other things like service changes. I understand that the MTA needs to make money, and I don't dislike the fact that they show advertisements, but they should also show service changes while a train is stopped in a station and scroll between ads and useful information while the train is on the move. It would just be so useful for passengers to know what is happening in the system while on the train instead of having to look through the My MTA app or trying to peek at one of those screens on the platforms while the train is stopped in a station. Talking about the train being in a station, I still appreciate the faster doors. It seems like dwell time has been decreased with the bigger and faster doors. I do, however, still have an issue with the bigger doors causing smaller windows. It adds to the claustrophobia of being in a packed subway car. Maybe New York can experiment with a plug door or outside door design like London and many other cities in the future to preserve the big windows while also having wider doors. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on these R211s as more of them get delivered and enter service, and as the MTA continues to add more features to these trains. The trains are definitely good, but I think there is still room for improvement. What is your opinion on the new R211 subway cars? Have you taken a ride on New York's newest trains? Tell me in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed the video and you would like to get more from Mystic Transit, like, subscribe, and consider supporting me via channel memberships or super thanks. Special thanks to Stuart Guberman and Daniel Green for supporting me at the 2 Broadway tier, and the Bronx Express Gaming for supporting me at the Train Operator tier.